All right, so getting into some questions. Patty, Georgia, 2489 asks, how do you manage referrals? Are most of them organic or do you ask for them? I'll answer that. That's a great question. The best referrals are the ones that you don't have to ask for, because that says that you're doing a good enough job that they are referring you and they've said really kind things to someone else about you. But those, if you're waiting for those,
not everybody's going to do that.
You're going to be waiting a long time. So what you want to do is get into the habit of going in and checking on quality of work and asking them on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we at? If they're like, yeah, you guys are an 8, 9, or 10 out of 10.
And then ask, what can we do better?
And what can we do better? What can we do to get it to a 10, right? And if they say this, you say, well, typically when somebody says that they're that happy, they know someone who may be interested in working with us. Do you know anybody that you would be willing to refer us to? And that question is gold. You've got to be able to do that within some, structure, like usually when the buildings are clean and people are happy. But if you don't ask, you're not going to get them. So you really, really, really want to do that. All right, Greg, let's go into the next question.
All right. Nicholas
Finnicle
asks, when using your formula, hours per day, is that man hours needed for the job? For example, if a job's going to take 32 man hours and I assign 4 cleaners to make it 8 hours per day, am I really multiplying 32 times 4? No, that's total man hours.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
So I wish
that
I had a way of like writing this down, like when I move my fingers, right, and I can put it up on the screen. But
if Matt and I work for 4 hours, let's do it very simple.
So if you work, if I go into a building and we determine, right,
yeah,
together we're doing it in 4 hours,
I'm going to bill a customer 8.
So if I'm doing it at 8 hours a day and it's 5 days a week,
and I only want Matt to go,
then I'm going to go 8 hours. Yeah. So that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's 8 hours times 5 days a week times 52 weeks divided by 12. That's going to give you your total monthly hours. And now we're going to take that monthly hour and we're going to apply our hourly rate plus profit plus overhead, right? So whatever that number is that you decide, and that's going to be your monthly rate.
And I've got a great live actually going to come up about like how to amateurize your equipment and everything out over life of contract.
Love that. And usually we're dropping in like a percentage, but not every account is the same. And so it's good that we have a tool like that, because you may have a facility that needs an auto scrubber and another one who doesn't.
So maybe you're not using it in the same facility, you're using a vacuum here and there. So you can say, look, it's going to be used for this many hours here. The life is going to be split between the two. There's a whole bunch to it.
Right. So great questions. Thank you very much. So what I find is that a lot of folks who are like really good at residential want to get into commercial because they see the value in having, long-term contract.
That's the thing with like OctaClean Media. We have people doing this that are converting from commercial or from house cleaning, residential cleaning into commercial cleaning.
The strategies for networking and building relationships with businesses is going to be different. It requires a level of professionalism and credibility that is different than home cleaning.
And really, it's employees too. The same employees are not the same. Your daytime cleaner doesn't want to work at night. There's a reason they want to work in the daytime.